You haven't lived until you've heard the show Americans are talking about. The show that launches its listeners to the height of humanity. The audio hour that travels the landscape of adventure. The sound that comforts more than the clip of your first bolt. It's the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show!
Outdoor Adventure summits the airwaves. This is the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show. I'm your host, R. Brandon Long. On belay with you for the next about 40 minutes or so. Along for the ride is the best co-host in all the land, Todd of the Top. Todders, how are you? Hey, all right. We're hanging out today inside the Monarch building, inside Banyan 1, inside the Monarch building, in the heart of the Nine Rails Arts District. On this week's show, we do have a weekly happy and on the docket, and we have a crew here to tell us about all the things happening at Powder Mountain, which is very important this month, weekend, whenever it's coming up. So, which is good. Yeah.
A bunch of stuff going on.
JP's here for that part. And then we have the ladies to give us some on-mountain information as well. I hope. That's the plan. We'll go over on the docket. We have in the news, including a ski report. We might actually get snow. Ben Lomond airlift. If Romney says so. Alta death, moderate avalanches, a raging moose, Moab climbing sabotage, death in Death Canyon, winter at the Winter Olympics. We'll give you something worth watching, give you a Gear 30 segment, including 15% off something in the store. 2 brands are collabing on a new airbag system. Do you guys know? Do you know? No? Okay. My land segment includes Zion is unstainable and the mega drought. We have didn't make the cut. Todd, you want to? I'll give you the heads up now. You can think about this. We'll start now. We'll think. Okay, didn't make the cut. Chile's Sandboard World Cup, Stormtrooper ski as punishment, or the best ski bum job. Okay, we'll give you a quote of the week. All of this and Outdoor Jukebox, all this and more on the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show, episode 386. Raging Moose, Sabotage, and Powder Mountain Celebration. So let's charge.
He summits with the agility of a mountain goat, flashes routes faster than UPS, is more intimate in the mountains than Jake Gyllenhaal. He's Todd to the top.
Todders, how things?
Hey, I'm doing good. Hey, can you turn my headphones up just a little bit?
Oh, yeah. I wonder which ones yours are.
That's it.
Is that what it?
That's
okay.
it. Thank you.
You're fully wired now.
Yeah. Anyway, a quick thank you to Roosters for keeping us hydrated.
All hydrated.
This what is it? Valentine's Day.
Yeah. We're all podcasting on Valentine's Day. So
yeah.
There's that. Yeah.
You're all my Valentines today.
We put you with 2 lady friends on the couch.
Happy Valentine's Day.
So, yeah. Ditto. All right, this week's Weekly Happy is a Powder-saurus. It is a 4-year-old girl snowboarder in a dinosaur onesie.
Oh, this is adorable.
And her dad mic'd her up, and so we get to hear what she says. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's not it.
That's what she listens to.
That's what she listens to. We'll turn that off. It's a little rough there. All right. Let's try this.
Secret path. Oh, yeah, shreddy dad. Someone's in our secret path. This way. You'll slip. I won't fall. Maybe I will. That's okay, because we all fall. Up and die.
And she's alone. She's just alone talking to herself.
She fell.
Let's go down this big old hill.
The cutest thing ever. Oh.
Wee woo! Wee woo! Wee woo! Woo!
What kind of dinosaur are you? And she's stuck in the snow.
Powder-saurus!
Powder-saurus. Powder-saurus.
And there's one more source coming up.
Oh, yeah. That's it. She can't get her snowboard out.
I'm a Stuckosaurus.
Stuckosaurus.
Let's go, Dad.
Oh, my God.
I'm a Stuckosaurus.
Go in that secret path.
Oh, God. So cute. Okay, that is this week's Weekly Happy.
Dad's going to have to start managing that kid. That's the start right there. Yeah. There's going to be more videos.
That's what Michelle sounds like when I follow her around. On a snowboard, at least.
We got a Mike Michelle going down one of these times. Okay, so on the docket, there is Tap Takeover each weekend on Earl's Plaza at Snowbasin. This weekend is UTOG. Next weekend, Sawtooth Brewing, Wasatch Brewery is the following. And then March 12th and 13th, KiiTOS Brewing. March 19th through 20th, RoHa. The 26th through 27th, Melvin. And then the April 2nd through the 8th is Squatters. We have Banff Mountain Film Festival World Tour this weekend, Friday and Saturday at Peary's Egyptian Theater Mountain. It's the mountain weekend. That's... Okay, Winter Trail Series Full Moon Snowshoe Hike through Weber State is the 16th. And the, wait, what is this? The Powder Mountain 50th Anniversary Celebration.
What is that?
Do we know anything about this?
I don't know.
I saw an article about this. So JP's here, but like maybe Channel 4 did a better job. Can you tell us where they went wrong?
Wait, with what?
There's an article. Powder Mountain to host 50th Anniversary Celebration over President's Day weekend.
I missed the article, I guess.
Okay, this is... Channel 4, abc4.com. Saturday, February 19th, UNA Brewery Beer Garden at the bottom of Hidden Lake Lift.
That's a thing.
That's a thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Iceman Special performing in the Powder Keg.
That'll be fun.
Who's Iceman?
They're a band from New Orleans that are friends with our booking agent, and they like to throw a party. Mardi Gras beads and the whole shebang.
Does it ever get cold enough to be called Iceman in New Orleans? But yeah, cool. Iceman Special, scavenger hunt around Powder Mountain Resort, and the 50th gear giveaways throughout the day around the Powder Mountain. Saturday, Chris Lager performing in the Powder Keg, 2:30 to 5.
That's Sunday.
You're right. That was a test. I read it wrong. Yeah, 50th anniversary pizza and pints at the Bower Lodge. $30 a ticket. Must purchase in advance. That's 5 to 11.
Sold out.
Never mind.
Out earlier
Sold out.
today. But
that's amazing.
It's going to be a party. Yeah.
Hey, congrats on selling out. That's great.
Yeah. It's pizza and pints. 150 people there. It's going to be a good time.
Oh, so good.
You girls get tickets?
No.
Bummer.
I was going to say I know someone, but apparently I don't. You're out. You're out. The buffet from 5 to 9 p.m. Pizza, salad, wings, and cookies. Cash bar with UNA Brewery Tap Takeover. And then Cap Brothers, an Ogden Classic from 6 to 8 p.m. And then Iceman from 8:30 to 11. Okay.
It's going to be a party.
It's a party. What do we miss?
That's pretty much it.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And bye.
Is that it? Okay. See you guys.
Brandon, I'm so glad you read everything.
I know.
Secondhand.
I just tried to make it easy on them.
Oh, that's perfect. No, it's going to be fun. Trying to hook people up. We didn't want to do too much, but, just give some swag away and have a good time for 50th. We got some nostalgic postcards we'll be giving away and that kind of stuff. We had great pictures that we dug up, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun time.
That's awesome.
President's Day weekend, busiest weekend of the year, so the people that are there are gonna enjoy it.
50 years, and JP's been there all 50. It's weird.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm only 30. What am I? 33. But
we'll get to that in just a minute. So that's President's Day weekend. So it's coming weekend already. Can you believe that? Yes. Unreal. All right. Is there anything else going on that we need to be concerned about?
Well, on Sunday, I think Nicole said we're going to get a bunch of snow.
Oh, no.
Oh.
You don't want me to talk on this, though. It's pessimistic.
It's pessimistic.
That's what I keep getting told.
I'm the marketing guy. I'm the optimist guy.
Yeah. I'm the realist.
Yeah.
I'm on the realist side.
That's so sad. Realism sucks.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
3 inches in 6 weeks.
That's what she said. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're setting records for February. I'll tell you right now.
What kind of record? That's a horrible record.
Hey, it's still a record nonetheless.
Still a record. Okay. All right. Rose Club Ride Night at Powder Mountain. That is February 21st. It's $18, so it's like a ladies' night.
Ladies' night, and contact the girls, Jess and Michelle, at the Rose Club, and they'll send you over a code. And then on top of that, we have an event on the 12th with them also, which should be registration March 12th, which should be registration should open in the next day or two for that. So that's going to be a good one too.
And what is that?
That will be at sundown. More of a terrain park focused event. Kind of learn how to ride terrain park.
Sweet.
Yeah.
With the
Kind of
Rose
what
Club.
they do at Crossroads Skate Park, but just on snow.
Wow, very cool. So good. Adapt Demo Day at Snowbasin is on March 5th. Run to the Hills through Ogden, Avalanche, Nordic Valley is also on the 12th. March 19th and 20th. Actually, is that going to happen? Are we doing that? Run to the Hills?
Are we on the record or off the record?
We're on the record.
I believe we're doing Run to the Hills.
I mean, there might be a snow issue, but that's another.
I'm pretty
story.
positive we're doing it, but I also was contacted to potentially move it to the base camp bash.
Oh, okay.
You're looking at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. We'll talk later.
we may need to have another
Is that
meeting.
going to be at Nordic again, or
Well,
the Run to the Hills?
yeah, I was going to be at Nordic, but I was texted recently to see if it would be worth just doing it the same weekend as Backcountry's at the ski resort.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I think it was mostly like, as opposed to like two separate things.
Okay, Nicole,
maybe
just keep
combined.
talking. I'm going to move a camera. You just keep going, girl. You're doing great.
Thanks, Brendan.
We'll just pretend like we're in the
Thanks,
office talking
Brennan.
about like,
Yeah,
should we do this
so,
event on that
yeah,
day,
like, I don't know, as far as I know, Run to the Hills is still scheduled for Nordic Valley, though.
Okay.
What are the dates of that?
March 9th. No, 12th. March 12th.
Yeah, March 12th. As far as I know, it hasn't been changed, but I was hit up, and I actually didn't think it was too bad of an idea. But
I think it'd be fun.
yeah,
Okay. Oh shit. No.
do people know what Run to the Hills is?
I don't know. Maybe you should explain it a touch.
It's just a ski
Last
race.
year it was not a run to the hills.
It was like a
slosh fest.
Yeah, it was a slush fest. Yes, it was a pouring rain for, I don't know, 32 hours straight or something like that, running rivers, and you had to bring your kayak and stuff last year. But heck, man, it was a good turnout.
Oh,
People dressed up. And
That's a fun event if you
spirits were
plan it
high.
that way. But when you don't plan it that way, then the kayaks are not
people
there.
were, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
People didn't show up with their kayaks. They felt uninformed,
Right.
you know, so we got some negative reviews on that.
You can't help the weather. What the crap?
No, it's a skimo race. It's more of a laid back, you know, I don't know, wear your costumes,
Yeah.
drink alcohol.
Speaking of
That
wearing
sounds like most
costumes and-
events up there.
At Nordic Valley?
Just anywhere on the
Oh,
mountain.
okay.
Costumes and drinking. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Yeah.
So the Backcountry Base Camp is March 19th and 20th. Should we chat about that?
18, 19, 20?
Maybe. I have 19 through 20, but it might be 18,
Yeah,
19, 20.
we're still finalizing some stuff on that one, but that's a great event. You know, Backcountry Mag travels around the country really and puts on this Backcountry Base Camp, trying to educate people and giveaways. And the great thing about it is that it benefits usually a nonprofit in the community, and it'll be Ogden Avalanche for the Powder Mountain one.
That's weird.
And it works out great for. Oh, you're wearing.
I got a little some of that.
Works out great for those guys because they do their gear test at Powder the following week. That one's closed to the public, but it's just it's great to have him here for 10 days or so and having the whole Backcountry Mag gang here.
God, I love it. That's a coup. It's a big deal. Okay, very good. Then, like you mentioned, the Rose Club, there's another one on the 21st. Winter Trail Series, cross-country ski through the Weber State Outdoor Program. That's at North Fork Park. SSCF Snowbasin Town Challenge on the 26th. Turn and Burn Race at Powder Mountain on April 2nd. That's turned into a cult classic, the Turn and Burn.
Yeah, and actually we just switched the date
Oh,
to the
shit.
9th.
I'm going to go ahead and update that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Turn and Burn is snowboards only, go fast, spring, fun times, and it'll be our closing weekend.
Okay,
this
wait.
year.
Okay, JP.
Yeah.
Let's talk. This is business. Let's talk business. I've heard this complaint before. You probably have too, right? It's the same complaint.
Yeah.
And I heard it from Cody Lee. Okay. The Turn and Burn, which he can't miss, is always the same weekend. And I went over this with Daniel at the outdoor program as the climbing festival. and they can't do both at the same time, and it always pisses everybody off.
Year?
So when's the Climb Fest?
So it is it was in the fall this last year because COVID screwed everything up. But the Ogden Climbing Festival is 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those who like to do both those particular sports, climb and snowboard, have to make a choice.
Yeah.
And this is not the first year that's happened. Like it happens every year.
The reason why we moved it was the Bomb Hole is doing a bank slalom on the 2nd at Brighton, and then the week before that, Snowbird is doing their bank slalom. So, if we're looking for the bank slalom people, we got to do it on that one. So,
who wins every year? Do you know?
Cody's won once or twice. I know Aaron Bittner's won it. Last year it was Neil Provo, I believe.
Oh, really? The Provo brothers, they're famous.
Yeah.
Famous.
So there's been some big names winning the Open, and it's a fun event.
Sweet.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say that the skiers are complaining that they can't participate, but
no.
climbers,
never.
Who cares about those?
I would never complain about the skiers not being able to participate in that. I think that's the point of the race. The Ogden Climbing Festival is the 8th through the 10th, and then the end of season parties the 9th, I guess, the same day as the Turn and Burn.
Yeah, we'll be on the 10th, 9th, 10th.
9th to 10th?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I guess we should introduce our guests. They've been talking for, did it fall down? Oh, let's get that on camera. It's caving in. Yeah, that's our famous photo that we took. Okay, Nicole, tell us who you are. What do you do up at Powder Mountain?
Ooh, my name's Nicole, and I'm the snow safety director
and you're
at Powder Mountain.
Right in between these two cameras, and so look, both of them like only catch a section of you.
Which way do you want me
if you
to
move
go?
closer to Todd, it's a nicer camera.
It's Valentine's Day.
It's Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Hi, Todd.
It's safety director.
No, not the safety director.
I know who that is.
The snow. See, you know who that is. The snow safety director.
How much do you butt heads with the safety director?
Let's not go down that road.
Okay. Stop.
No,
well, it seems like you two would have a lot in common. You're looking out for the people.
Right. Just in different ways.
In different ways. Okay.
Yes, different ways.
So what, like your day, what do you do? You wake up.
So I guess probably some people don't even know what a snow safety director is. They think I'm in charge of safety of the mountain. I guess, which is kind of true, but my specialty is in the forecasting of weather and avalanches, and then mitigating or helping reduce hazards, I guess, with explosives or closures or ski cuts.
So you understand snow. What's your job?
I understand snow. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
But I understand snow.
Who did you train under? How long have you been up there?
This is my 20th season.
What?
I got JP beat by a couple years.
So Greg Bean told me today that there's some people on the mountain, which maybe all three of you might be you, whose parents were involved on the mountain, and that's maybe why you're there. Is that your...
Correct. So my dad's still a ski patroller on the mountain. He started off as a volunteer. I started off as a volunteer as well. And then kind of quickly realized that like school wasn't really going to get me anywhere.
Amen.
And so
Todd's got homework to do too.
Yeah, and so no offense to anyone in university right now. No, it just wasn't fit for like my what I wanted to do, I guess, if you will. And so I switched over some 11 or 12 years ago maybe to full-time patrolling.
Okay.
And then that kind of got me quickly like wrapped up in the world of avalanches and explosives. It's kind of like what you do if you're a full-time patroller.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, I would say 4 years, I had someone that was like, I don't know if I annoyed him enough or I asked enough questions or he maybe actually liked me. I'm not quite sure, but he took me under his wing and
who's he?
His name is Brian Pollock and he's up in Canada now.
Okay. And trained you to take his job.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he kind of is the one that started showing me the ropes and you know what it kind of,
because you have to literally put the ropes.
Yeah, there are a couple ropes you have to throw. Yep. Mm-hmm. But yeah, sent me up on like an avalanche education path, if you will, and started to give me more responsibilities and introduced me to, I guess, upper management and this and that, which ended up, there's like a progressive state, you know, when you're a patroller from, you know, a rookie or a candidate to a line patroller to, we have different levels of patrollers, but then you run into like a hill captain or a zone lead, and then an assistant blaster and a lead blaster.
Dude, I want to be an assistant blaster. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, being an assistant blaster is not too bad. Like you get, it's kind of like being a PA, right?
Okay.
Versus like the doctor. Like you get to do the stuff, but you're not like ultimately responsible for when shit hits the fan.
Totally.
Yeah,
I'm down.
PA is not a bad spot to be. Assistant's not a bad spot to be.
You're responsible for everything though. If something happens, bad happens.
Yeah, regardless of like who is doing anything, ultimately it's my fault or my problem if something goes wrong. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he kind of took me up the ranks, which actually ended up leading to an assistant patrol director's position. And I don't want to talk shit on that position because the other person next to me is in it, but I quickly realized that wasn't for me. I quickly realized that being on the snow for me wasn't like schedules and personnel issues, and it took me away from like my head in the snow. Yeah. Basically. And so I expressed, I'm sorry.
That's your favorite thing about being up there?
What's that?
Is your head in the snow? Head
in the snow, yep. Okay. Yep. Feeling of the snow, like understanding the snow. It's like this weird fascination with like I have like a huge fascination with avalanches, and then have grown to have like a huge fascination of the psychology of decision making behind, you know, what you're doing, basically.
So like a couple of years ago when a bunch of people passed away, I think in the Cottonwoods.
Last year.
Was it last year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's time. So, and who were experienced, right?
We're said to be experienced. Yeah, I don't know them. I don't, you know, but yes, said to be experienced.
But that's an incident that you might just spend time dwelling over, trying to think like, how did this happen? Like, it should
totally. Yeah, totally. I've read like the report a ton of times. Shoot, I can't remember everybody that did a talk on it from the UAC, but I know like Drew and Trent were part of it, and I've listened to it was a podcast episode as well on the UAC's podcast, and I've probably listened to it, 8 to 10 times probably, and read the reports and like talked to friends of people that were in the accident. And yeah, like, cause there's no blame put in it. Myself, I've been there before. I've been into avalanche accidents. And so like, there's no blame, but you have to like jump into the deep part to learn, right? Yeah. To like understand where that all came from.
You hope not literally with the avalanche, but that's.
Yeah. But like, you got to like dissect people's decisions and why they did what they did. And it's no criticism. It's so you can learn a mindset,
Okay.
And
so were you caught and carried?
I have been caught and carried.
Scary.
Yes.
No, seriously, that's scary. But it also gives you, now you know what that's like. I mean, so when you're talking to other people.
Yeah. I can like relate to, I can't relate to like a death. I haven't had to deal with a death, and I haven't been.
You haven't come back from the dead either.
Currently, not yet. Right. Yes, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. Okay. If I die, I can come back. I don't know.
That'd be good. Yeah.
But I have felt that, that immense amount of like shock that comes through like a decision that you made, and that situation was like a really like unique situation.
That's what I've heard anyway.
Yeah, like very, very unique and very complex, if you will. It wasn't like a typical avalanche accident.
So all the guests on the mountain, when they're skiing on the mountain, it's up to you to make sure they're in safe terrain?
As safe as possible. Yep, as safe as possible. Yeah. So we do our best. We call it mitigate. You used to hear the word control. And control is not used.
Yeah, can you control nature?
No, yeah, exactly. So we do our best to manage or mitigate or reduce hazards.
Okay.
And there's an acceptable thing that we have, and then there's an acceptable risk that we don't have. And so if we can't manage it to what our acceptable risk is, then we close it.
Are we mostly talking about avalanches, or are we ever talking about other types of snow conditions like ice or something that?
Yeah, totally. So, and that's where it becomes like a little bit more of a collab between all operational departments, I guess you would say. But last year we had, not last year, 2 years ago, we had that big February 5th ice event, freezing rain event that like absolutely.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd never seen that in at that time, 18 years. Like, and those things don't happen in large scales. So there was only like a couple areas that actually saw that happen.
Yeah.
But we had terrain closed for some, I think it closed March like 5th and 6th, somewhere around there. And we didn't open it until like the 9th or 10th. And then, you know, the virus came through and closed us on like the 13th or something like that. And so, so it was just really poor, dangerous skiing conditions. We had like about 1/4 of an inch to an inch of ice around every surface that was feasibly could be touched.
Yeah.
I mean, it was unskiable. It was like if you slipped and fall, you're traveling hundreds of vertical feet, you know? So yeah, that's also a collab with like the patrol and the rest of the operational departments. That decision just doesn't lay on me.
Okay, so without scaring us, right? Because we don't want to be scared. We want to feel very comfortable on the mountain. But any given season, how many close calls are there?
You know, to be honest, like at a ski resort, from a guest perspective, there's not that many. Like last season, I think was an anomaly, but last season was like an extremely tricky snowpack. Like seasons prior, you're always gonna see like after storm cycles, depending on like the surface layers and the way that the snow stacks up and forms its hazard, its problem. No matter what, like we can't hit every little micro pocket, right? And so you're always going to have...
It's a giant resort too. But.
Well, all resorts are. It's not even just Powder Mountain, like everywhere is. Even if you went down to like the smallest resort that has the least amount of avalanche terrain, like
Nordic.
They do have a teeny bit of avalanche terrain, yes. But like you can't hit it all and ski through it all. So once again, it goes back to that acceptable risk, right? So what are we willing to accept and what are we not? And we have a threshold that if it crosses that and we can't manage it, like I said earlier, we close it. So I would say guest wise, like it's not that much that goes over our risk tolerance.
Sure.
But after big storms or storm cycles or heavy winds, you are going to have little pockets as you're skiing around an avalanche terrain that can come out post us working through it, post control, I guess.
You hardly ever hear of an avalanche inbounds in the States. Like sometimes you hear about it in Europe, but it hardly ever happens here.
Yeah, and we don't hear about it a lot. Yeah, because we're pretty good at our jobs for...
How come we hear about them in Europe? Is that just because the mountains are so big?
Yeah, I guess.
Or do they suck at their jobs? I mean,
no, they don't suck at their jobs.
I just wondered. I mean,
bigger mountains.
It's because no one sues anyone in Europe.
That's true too.
True.
Maybe no sues. Yeah.
And the resort's like it's not on private property. You're, on somebody's land, and you have a lift, and
Yeah. Okay, so you have a very important job. How big of a team do you have when you get there in the mornings and you got to tell everyone what to do? Like, who's all working for you up there?
Yeah, so on just a standard day, we have 4 forecasters right now. So those are the people that we call them AM and PM hazard assessments, if you will. So we check all the weather, collect all the telemetry, and then we forecast the day's weather and the day's avalanche hazard and how we're going to manage it. So there's 4 of us. There's 2 on per shift. So they have somebody to work with. And then we have 5 technicians. So they roll in like a zone, basically. So they're responsible for managing just any of the tasks that are in that zone. That's what's with me every single day, right? So there's 5 of us scheduled every single day.
Now, you're in ski pants right now.
I am.
So are you on the mountain assessing?
As much as possible.
Do you have like a computer set up with all the things and they're reporting to you?
Yeah, a little bit. I have like a computer that's linked to all of our weather stations. And so that's how I collect all of our telemetry or our data, like our now data, our right now, or what has happened overnight. But in order to be a good avalanche forecast, you got to be on the snow as much as possible.
Sure.
Skiing on the snow as much as possible.
Okay. How has February been like the easiest February ever so far? Or?
It's easy's not. Yeah. Easy's like a hard word because you're dealing with like a group of people that want to be like extremely mentally challenged. And so, like, I almost did something very reckless today because I'm really bored.
It was so close.
And
it was so close.
like to the point where like Michelle had to tell me not to do it, and I,
Michelle's a trooper.
I'm just like, we're bored right now, you know. So easy is a hard, like, as far as like forecasting weather, like, yeah, it's like sunny and warm, sunny and warm, sunny and warm.
Okay, but Tuesday and Wednesday is your job. How is your job going to change with this massive storm we're getting? I think about
I don't think it's
about
going
an
to
inch,
change.
2 inches. I mean, what are we looking at?
I don't think it's going to change all that much. I would say a trace to 2 through Thursday. Yeah. But then on a control work morning though, or I'm sorry, mitigation morning, I still slip and say control work a lot. But on a mitigation morning, I rely on like way more than those 5 or 6 snow safety people. A big part of our full-time paid staff patrol do explosives work. And so then at any given time, it's somewhere between like 24 to 38 people come in. The first round of people show up at about 4:15 in the morning. The second round of people usually show up at like 5:40. And then we have a meeting and we're out the door.
And these people literally just throw bombs.
Yeah. So the first round of people show up and like dig everything out. They get the cats warmed up and started, and they go build our explosives. And then we have a 6:15 meeting. So typically that second wave comes in around 5:40. And I myself or one of our other forecasters does a briefing on what we think's going to happen, where we're going to go, what the operation plan is for the day. And then they are assigned to certain routes, if you will. And they go out and pop a bunch of shots off, and hopefully we open by 9 a.m.
Is that what they say? Like, I'm going to go pop some shots.
Yeah, or throw some burgers, or, yeah.
This is the fun job.
Yeah.
Okay, what did we miss? That was pretty good. That was a lot.
Yeah, it's a busy job.
He's got a question.
How many Avalanche
Marketing
pass?
calls me a lot.
Yeah, I bug her every
Marketing calls
morning.
me a lot.
What are you doing? Boo!
Why are you answering my phone call? I'm blowing stuff. How much snow do we get? Are you sure that's how much snow we got?
How many Avalanche pass do we have on?
Oh,
Or how many bombs do we throw a morning?
Okay, so a full morning wall to wall would put us at probably 115 to 120 charges.
Holy
Yeah, and I would say an average morning, because we usually don't have to do the road, and if we have a big day, we usually step back from James Peak and Wyshoot and K2, so that puts us right around like the 92 to 96 range.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
a lot of bombs.
and it's all hand charges. We don't have any guns, so everything we do is hike too.
Yeah.
Which there's a fair amount of routes that are skinning. So yeah, the team's out there in the dark with their headlamps for 45 minutes to an hour, hiking up ridge lines prior to sunlight. So
Are you hiring? Is this...
all when everybody else is snuggled up in their beds, still getting their Z's, and they show up and we've already worked for six hours.
I love it.
Yeah, my job starts on those mornings at 2:30. So I start forecasting at 2:30.
What time do you go to bed?
6:30.
Jesus, it's like your bedtime.
I know. It's like I'm so partying. Woo! It's like
so. B Street nights were like way late for you.
B Street nights, but we didn't have any storm cycles during B Street nights, where I was okay.
We
But
planned
like
that.
last
We wanted to
year-
make sure that was good for you.
Yeah, last year I struggled though. I talked during like a big storm cycle as like a 26-inch storm in like 2.5 days or something. I was pretty beat for that one, but that's all right.
That's awesome. All right, Michelle, introduce yourself. What do you do on the mountain? Oh shit! Breaking all the things. Oh my god! Breaking.
I'd say that's a perfect start, actually.
Hi, guys. I'm just here to break stuff.
It's a back scratcher. That is now a back scratcher. Oh, that's so funny.
Okay, cool. Besides breaking stuff, I mean, what else? No, we can
Okay,
fix that
2
later.
things.
It's pretty easy to fix. Yeah, we can
Before we get going, I want to say one disclaimer. I didn't say that you shouldn't do it. I just said that it wasn't a good idea.
What's happening?
And then,
the whole trailer's falling apart.
What's happening?
yeah, okay. And then second thing, Brandon, is this place falling apart?
Yeah,
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, no, I mean
second thing
I'm
is
good,
that
but
I'd say it's a
Earlier,
good sign.
you said,
yeah, it
like,
sounds-
wow. being
anybody
an
need some more
assistant
whiskey? We're going down. So
Can I get it right home?
You said that, wow, being an assistant blaster sounds cool. Can
Yeah.
I do that? And the answer is yes.
yes, that's
Some
hot.
people can do it.
Yeah.
We're actually having
I
a
like that.
patrol recruiting day on
Really?
February 26th.
Okay.
So if anyone is out there and interested in potentially joining Powder Mountain Patrol,
Yeah.
they can come up on the 26th and
That's amazing.
shadow patrol for the day. We'll do a ski assessment. They can hear Nicole talk a little bit more about the requirements of being a ski patroller. They can listen to our patrol director, Mike Otto, talk about the expectations and just the path of getting the certs that are necessary to do the job.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 26th,
26th.
of February.
You're hiring. I hear you write a mean schedule.
I write a mean schedule. And I put the hammer down. I have a T-Rex token on my desk, Brandon, because I'm fierce.
Fierce.
And T-Rex socks.
Wow. Yeah, I'm a little nervous, and I'm far away.
You should be.
That's all right. She's got the little arms that the reach is big.
Little arms. Yeah, that's good. That's true. Okay. So what's your day look like then when you get to the mountain, Michelle?
My day looks like on a non-mitigation morning, I get there 6:45, 7 o'clock. I just open up my computer.
Well, you sleep in compared to Nicole. She's been up there like 4 or 5
Depends on
hours
the
by the
day.
time you get up there.
I don't show up that early if it's not a mitigation morning.
Okay.
Check emails. I just do a little.
That sounds very corporate.
It's super corporate.
Yeah.
At least until 7:45, I mentally prepare myself for the day and what lies ahead. We do our morning briefing. We get ready to deploy and set up the mountain. Every day is the same but different. And
meta.
that's
Okay.
what keeps it interesting is that it seems like every day it's the same. Like we're running lifts. It's a ski resort. People come up to strap plastic things on their feet so that they can slide around on snow. And we're just doing our best to try to keep them safe and keep them in check and then help them out when things go awry. And we always have a plan for what the day looks like, but sometimes shit hits the fan. We got to be prepared for it. And then how do we
These
react?
shows are the same but a little different. each
Right.
time. Yeah. Sometimes the wall just starts falling down on us.
I need some reinforcement.
That's okay.
Yeah, that was actually temporary tape, and so
So it's scheduling. It's just helping out wherever people need help.
Well, what's a bad day look like for you?
Are there
When
bad
does the shit
days?
hit the fan? Like, what does that mean?
I don't want to say that there's necessarily bad days. There's just days where we get spread kind of thin. There's just days where there's a lot of things going on at once. But interestingly, like a bad day are the days that you are forced to really think on your feet and make impromptu decisions and just figure out how to work the pieces of the puzzle to move things around, that there's an injury happening here and all of our resources are going there, and then something pops up over here, so let's move our resources here, and then something happens somewhere else. And so how do we get people moved around? How do we move the little chess pieces to just make things work? Yeah, how do
it's
we
an
just...
upside down resort. What does that mean for those people who don't know what that is?
So an upside down resort means that at most resorts, you get to the parking lot, you park your car, you get on the lift, and then you go up the lift to ski down to your car. So at a right side up resort, when there's an injury, we can respond from the top and get to you and just get you down to the base area to either EMS or to a medical facility. Whereas at Powder Mountain, we're upside down, so you park at the top and then you drop in. So we are having to extract people that are injured, or it can be very confusing when people don't understand the closure times or area boundaries, that they end up at the bottom after closure. And so sometimes we're just having to extract people because of their confusion with the layout, or it's their first time visiting and they don't know how to get back to their car at the end of the day.
We just had Dennis and somebody else come to our shop to tell us about a little something.
Air flare.
Air flare. Yeah. What is that?
Wow. Okay. Air flare. I was so mad when air flare initially showed up at Powder Mountain. Mostly because it was just another app I was going to have to download on my phone. It was just another little technology tidbit. I was going to have to learn something new. I was going to have to do something outside of Venmo. And yeah, I was hesitant to embrace it. But Airflare is, as much as I hate to like make a plug for them, Airflare has been a huge asset for our resort. It's essentially just a tool where they can, we call it ping somebody. They send somebody a text message to ask if they can acquire their coordinates.
Pinging.
Ping. I don't know what the correct term for it is.
That sounds good.
I think it's ping.
Yeah.
Sounds, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ping.
You ping them.
Yeah.
Can we ping you? So we ping them.
Only with permission.
Only with permission.
It's
That's
true. We do have to get permission to ping,
ping.
or be pinged. But after they get pinged and we get their coordinates, it comes through with these coordinates, and we can either transfer that to another app that utilizes GPS coordinates to get to them, to go find them in an area that's as big as Powder Mountain.
And it's upside down. And so new people. And by the way, it's a fun mountain. If you've never skied before, you get to just start going downhill. You get one free run.
Yeah.
That is not true. You do not get a free run. But that's a good point. I mean, Michelle's team, we are technically the largest ski resort in North America. Imagine how much rope line that is, and how much signage they have to put out. And
it's so many signs. It's 12 miles of rope line. And if you go to a resort like Bryan Head, an area at Bryan Head that would have 5 runs named, at Powder Mountain you would have maybe 1 named run. So we just have a very vague description of our resort. So when people say that I'm in Kobabe Canyon, I think that's cool. That's like the size of 6 Walmarts.
Oh, it's more than that.
So like, how are we going to find you? We're going to find you by pinging you.
So download the app, which
Good app.
I think you got to charge a little bit of money for it, right?
I don't even know if
I think.
the app.
Yeah, and actually to be pinged, as long as your location settings on your phone aren't turned off, we can ping you whether or not you have the app.
Oh, okay.
What is sweet about having the app, though, is that if you were to hit a tree or get into a tree well or have something weird happen where you can't respond to your phone, if we were to send you an air flare and you have the app downloaded, you don't have to reply and grant us permission to acquire your coordinates. We can just automatically get your coordinates. So that way, if you can't get to your phone or something really wild is going on, we can just ping you and then we can find you.
It's so great. Can we just have you ping here for podcasts to ping everyone?
You just need to set that up on your board so that you hit the ping button.
Yeah, because I don't have anything close to that. Let's see. This is going to be horrible. It's the best ping we got.
We need to put in just the ping now.
Yeah, no, we got to put the ping in. So I'll see if I can just do that.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was good.
And that was like my second ping.
ever.
He's a new pinger around these parts.
Yeah.
There can only be one pinger. That's me, Todd.
I'll take it. That's a responsibility.
Awesome. Michelle, sounds like a fun job. Thanks for everything you do up there. Thanks for coming on the podcast. I know you're excited.
I'm so excited.
That's good. I thought you were going to say you'd start your day doing yoga because I was looking at the pose over here, but I thought, can you do that on the mountain?
Oh, there's been a good amount of yoga mat time in the office recently. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, JP, what do you do on the mountain? What's your official role? You've been up there at least 50 years.
Official role, it's a mouthful. But yeah, I've been there for a long time and started as a park rat, just raking lips.
Yeah.
Raking lips and train park manager for a little bit. And
let's make you look good. I'm going to move the camera.
Got into the marketing after a good friend of mine, Pat, left. And yeah, now it's now I just hang out and yeah.
How much did you know about marketing before you got into it?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, just.
But it's so the thing I think is awesome about maybe resort marketing is there's a huge built-in audience, right? So I don't know how much you have to work to get build the audience, how much that's part of your job other than maybe communicating to your current size audience, like what does that look like?
Yeah. I mean, just lookalike audiences on Facebook, super easy.
Do you like skiing? Do you like resorts?
Exactly.
We may be for you. Yeah.
No, it's great. I've been lucky enough, like having people like our CEO Mark and trust me to move up and take charge, and it's been great. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
you have dirt on all of them, don't you?
What's up?
You have dirt on all of them. There's got to be some sort of exchange.
I think that's why
you ended up in a really good position. That's all right. We don't have to get into it. Just say yes.
Next podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. No, but it's good. I mean, just like out cold. There's no marketing like snow marketing. When it doesn't snow, that's when you spend the most money. You know,
Sure.
That's just how it is. That's when you work the hardest. So, but we have a great team, as far as.
How stressed are you in, let's say, late November, early December when the snow hasn't flown yet?
Probably less stress than right now.
Yeah, I mean we're in a good place because we've trained our guests and our patrons to just know that Powder Mountain doesn't make any snow. It's gonna happen at some point. I think other resorts probably stress a little bit more because they're snowmaking and the weather is not cooperating and they're spending all this money and the pressure's on. Mother Nature, what's going to happen when it happens, and that's kind of been our motto. And, we cap day passes, cap season passes. Is just a different experience at Powder Mountain. We feel like, our guests and people that love the place just understand that and kind of let us fly with that, Yeah.
I was talking earlier to a friend of mine today about the vibe, and there's a different vibe at each resort, right? How much of that is or if any, is what you do for the marketing team, and how much of it is just the people who attend the mountain and the mountain operations itself?
I think a lot of it is just the resort in general, right? We have a steep road that not everyone wants to access. Our lifts are slower. We have a massive amount of terrain, but only 9 lifts. So it's not for everyone. We don't have all the amenities that other resorts have, but there's beauty in that too. It's when people find Powder Mountain, they think they found a little slice of paradise. And I think that's...
Interrupt you either,
yeah,
though,
no,
JP.
you're good.
I also think it's once again, I'm going on year 20. So I also think there's a very, very intimately cool connection with employees at Powder Mountain.
Yeah.
And so
Dad's works there.
I'm sorry?
Your parents work.
Yeah, my dad still works there. Yeah. I grew up, I've been around these guys for a long time. Michelle's probably one of my best girlfriends I've ever had. I hang out with JP
does that
outside
trickle
of
down
work.
to lift operator, who are talk to the guests? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Due to this kind of more, I don't know what I don't want to say the wrong. Yeah, it is like a family, right? I don't want to say the wrong marketing words, right? But it's a positive
Don't
thing.
screw it up, okay?
No, I'm trying to get to the point that it's a positive thing.
Yeah.
It's so tight knit, and the stoke level is so high all the time through the employees that even if we are on 6 weeks of high pressure, we're just constantly kind of reinventing these ways to still have a really, really good time.
Yeah.
And I think that when guests, or I could be wrong, but I think when I see guests doing, they see employees doing this, that it's contagious a little bit, right?
I think so.
And I don't want to talk about my department or past events, but we just had this really awesome beacon park that was well supported by the marketing team in Powder Mountain on Saturday, and it was dreamt up kind of because we were in high pressure, and I was like, oh, I gotta find something to do, And the amount of there was dance parties, there was dogs, it was just it just infested this thing of welcoming and hominess and community connection, where. And once again, I'm not trying to negatively talk on any resort because I've been to a lot of amazing ski resorts, but there's this feeling that you have that's so empowering, I guess, at Powder. The stoke level is just so high all the time, even when it's not great skiing.
But you put Nicole on a mic, and you're gonna get people partying.
Yeah.
That's what
definitely
happens.
some people.
That's what happens.
I'm
what are we doing
I'm
right now?
partying right
We're
now.
all drinking way more than we usually do.
Yeah.
on
But
the
the
podcast.
staff,
Yeah, but I think that the employee commitment and passion, you talk to, I don't know what the numbers are, but there's a good majority of people at Powder Mountain that have been there for a really long time, and you ask them, what are they doing? I'm going to be here next year. I'm going to be here next year. I'm going to be here next year. They just truly, truly love it. When you pull up to Sunrise and Blue's playing his old jazz music and dancing with his beautiful wife, and RJ's out there hooting and hollering. And, there's so many classic names that have been there for so long that I think it really infuses this environment that a lot of people, when they show up, are very, very attracted to. and very, they just connect very, very easily. Like it's a very accepting place. It's a very open place.
The stoke is high.
The stoke is always high.
And it's been like that for a
and
long
even
time.
like I'm saying with
It's
6
great.
weeks of no snow, like
still happening.
lifties are having the best day of their life. And, every single day you're just like, wow, okay, cool.
JP, is there another, I don't know what to say, because Powder Mountain's so big, but small as far as like, corporate or whatever. It's not this big behemoth of a business. Is there another resort in the USA somewhere that is similar to Powder Mountain in that you're like, that place is cool, and you sort of maybe look at each other for marketing tips or something? That's something where you respect the way they do what they do.
Yeah. I always like Targhee. I think that's a good spot. Wolf Creek down southwest corner, Colorado. But I mean, there's such a large spectrum, and kind of
every resort is totally different. It's so
Yeah.
weird how, every resort has its own personality, so it's hard to compare them like that. But do you travel often during the seasons, or do you
I don't
mostly just
get
focus
to,
on
we
home?
don't get to leave much.
Yeah.
It's always hard, and if it is, it's for a day or two, and it's a quick one, and
There's no marketing conference with all the different resorts or anything.
we all talk to each other, and with Ski Utah, our group, like everyone, we all get along super well and work together really well, and it's kind of crazy. I mean, Utah sees just a fraction of all the skiers it visits compared to Colorado and California, and but we play well together.
Okay, so you're dug in here in Ogden and Powder, but if resort whatever called, which resort would that be? Where you'd be like,
Dun,
"Ooh,
dun,
I might
dun."
have to think about that. Yeah, that's
If
tempting.
I had to pick one resort, a resort I haven't been to, but I don't know. I'd probably go Powder Highway somewhere up in there.
Okay.
Powder Highway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Canada. I am Canadian.
Start
too,
recruiting.
So
Yeah.
You can sit
it's easy. It's easy for me to cross the border. They don't check my bags too much.
So when I was visiting Maine and we went to Campobello Island, so that's on which direction would that be? The far east. It's like the first place the sun comes up and hits the States or whatever. Campobello Island. We're going to Campobello Island.
Bangor.
In a Bangor, yes. Yeah. In a rental car, okay, with family, kids and stuff. And they're like, "Oh, let me see your passes. Let me see." Like, what are we going to do? Take over the island?
Yeah.
I was shocked. I'm like, it's Canada. It's like there's like an ex-president's house over there on the island or whatever. And I'm like, why so harsh on us Americans trying to come to hang out on the island?
It's funny. Prime Minister, first of all. So excuse you, but
No. Our
on
it was a
this
U.S.
side.
U.S.
Okay.
president.
All right,
I want to say Roosevelt. It was his summer home that was on the Canadian
nice.
island over there.
Yeah.
But don't screw up the prime minister. If that tells you, our president had to build a summer home in Canada. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's
There you go. I mean,
one of them.
look at the capital right now. Ottawa's looking, pretty crappy.
Looking pretty crappy.
No.
Okay, thanks so much, you guys, for joining us. I appreciate having you all here, and it's been an interesting season so far. Hopefully, the snow helps a little bit. And I always tell people, like, dude, don't cry over nothing like in February, because we sometimes get huge storms at the end of February, and then this little trickle storm's coming. But maybe we'll get something else. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, so one last question before you guys leave. And so getting to know what you've done, and you're kind of excel. You've been here for 20 years. You have a dream job. You all three have dream jobs, right? And so how about a piece of advice to someone who's younger that's listening that would love to do what you do? Like, what advice would you give to them to kind of get to where you are at this point? What piece of advice would you have liked to have had? And maybe you already got it, obviously, if you grew up in the
I'll
resort.
start, but just do what you love and work hard. I think that's the only, I think I was taught, I worked this one job somewhere, and they just taught me how to work hard. It was hard on me, and I did not like it, but it taught me a lot. And I feel like that's what really helped me succeed. I don't have, I have a associate's degree. I'm not a marketing professional. I've learned as I go, and here I am now. So that's my advice.
That's great advice.
Michelle?
Yeah, I think that it's really good to be open-minded and just know that you have to start really small. At Powder Mountain, I started as a lift operator. I just went through the realms as a patroller, and I was just in the right place at the right time. And luckily, I had gone through the smaller pieces to have those interdepartmental relationships to get to where I got today. And sometimes I think that it might have just been luck. But also just with the jobs that I've got working in the summer as well, you have to do sometimes some jobs that aren't ideal and jobs that don't pay really well, just so you can acquire some skills to get you through to the top. Like, you just have to kind of start small and keep working through like things that aren't like the greatest jobs. But yeah, just being really open-minded to any position to give you the skills that are going to get you to where you want to go. And anytime that an opportunity comes up, just like apply for things, because you're not going to get for things in life if you're not applying for them.
That is such a great answer, but I have to ask, you got to let us know at least one of those really crap summer jobs that you've had in the past.
Oh, wow. I've had a lot of those. I worked as a fish farmer in Big Water, Utah, outside of Page, Arizona, for the Department of Natural Resources for 2 summers. I had a really sweet job as a campground host in Maple Canyon for a summer, which is so awesome. I got to climb a lot, but I made $25 a week. So there's just like volunteer positions that you have to do. I've worked on like a boat ramp at Pineview Reservoir checking for quagga mussels, but that went
Good times.
No, it was terrible, but
I think you're bragging now.
But that kind of job like went onto a resume that ultimately led to me becoming a park ranger in Yosemite.
Oh, yeah.
So it's dreamy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. So mine is so the jobs that I have, both my winter and my summer job, are not degree related. They're experience related. So I think the number one.
Can we say that you have a degree in fly fishing?
I don't have. I'm getting a degree in fly fishing.
Can you actually do that?
You cannot, but
Okay.
you can get a life degree
Right.
in fly fishing.
Okay.
Yes.
Entomology.
And you can get, but that's not fly fishing. That's like the understanding of bugs, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, you can go get a snow science degree at MSU, but that doesn't mean you can be a forecaster. So, something that I learned pretty early, and because I had this very, very strongly, and then it left me, and now I have gotten it back again, thankfully, is, for the jobs that I have, which is the snow safety director, and then in the summer, I'm a fly fishing guide, mentorship. And if you can't find a mentor or find someone to take you, what were you going to say?
Email Nicole Dye at.
I'll tell you what, it's the biggest advocate you can have. If you're interested, you'll figure out a way to get the education and the experience and that stuff. If you don't have someone willing to take you under their wing for whatever reason it is, seek mentorship. And if you can't get it where you're at, leave and go somewhere else. Getting a mentor in the 2 fields that I do are the most critical thing you can ever do. And mentorship is typically, it's bigger than just like learning about like the topic that you're trying to learn about. There's a lot of stuff there, but and it doesn't matter if you're 5 years or 2 years or 25 years in. If you don't have a mentor at 25 years into your career, you need to go find a mentor. That may be a job change. That may just be a state change. It might be reaching out to somebody else that you haven't ever talked to before. But I would say that would be my biggest thing. Like, find a mentor when it leaves. If it leaves, find another one. Don't ever not have a mentor in what you do as far as a snow safety director goes, or a snow safety worker.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, Todd, who's your mentor?
I'm not going to say you. You wanted me to say you.
No.
I like to think we kind of started at a similar place.
Yeah. No, that was no.
Okay, but I do have to follow up with one quick question as far as the summer-winter dynamic where you fish in the summertime. What sort of balance between the two? Are you looking forward to one while the other one is happening? Is it just a seamless thing at this point? How do you and some of your peers handle that transition? between summer and winter?
Yeah, so this is going on and Michelle has worked a lot of seasonal work, so she could comment on this as well. But this is my 8th year or going into this summer will be my 8th year of seasonal work. And
did you just party the first 12 years then of being in the
of my life or like
yeah, because this is only 8 years with seasonal work, and so does that mean you were only working in the winter time?
So I guess I technically could work seasonal work prior to, but I was still in Ogden when I worked it, so I managed an indoor soccer facility for 12 years.
Okay, well, that counts.
But like I was in Utah though, right? So like I moved to Montana during the summers, and I live in Ogden during the winters, obviously.
Like you serious split seasons.
Yeah, I have pretty serious split seasons. Yeah, I do look forward to them, especially when it's high pressure. I'm dreaming of fly fishing right now. I would still say, and I apologize to anybody at Big Sky Anglers that this gets to, I do still like skiing is my number one for sure. I'll never leave anywhere that I can't ski. You can fish a lot of places, but you can't ski a lot of places.
Is there anywhere you can ski and fly fish at the same time?
Like right at the same time?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. There's plenty of places.
Right. Maybe that should be a new Olympic sport.
Yeah.
I want her to become a tarpon guy down in the Keys or something like that, and then I can just go down there.
Yeah. But I got plenty of those friends. I don't need to fish one of those. Yeah. No. Wait, what was the question? How do I manage my seasons? These guys keep interrupting me.
Yeah, they do. That's all right. That's the fun part.
You got me thinking about
I think as far as the transition between the two.
Yeah, so the transition between the two is great because I love change. If you don't like change, this probably isn't for you. But it also isn't easy. Like I'm kind of grounded. I kind of feel like I just roll into Ogden and I'm here for like 6 months and then I move away. And then I just get to Montana and I like get settled in my little camp trailer that I live in.
Yeah, so you like literally live in another place.
Yeah, in a trailer too, in a fifth wheel trailer, parked on some property.
Does this feel like comfortable to you?
This is like home right now. Yeah, this is home for sure.
Except for it's falling down behind.
Yeah, except the walls are flat. Well, actually, that's kind of like mine. It feels like home. The only other thing that would be better if I had like a pitter patter of some rain on my face in my bed.
Okay.
That would be about the only other thing that would be better. Yeah, so the transition there, I think it's like the thing that is like the best, and it's the thing that is the worst. If that's a fair statement.
No, I totally.
Yeah, like it's. I love change. I love I have like this whole family in Montana that I never thought I would have. These people that I probably wouldn't even be friends with if it wasn't for fly fishing, and I would have never met. And now I have this whole group of people that are currently spread all around the United States, chasing all their wintertime dreams, right? And then we all come together in the same like place because we have such a big passion and a big commitment to each other and a big connectivity. And then I also get to come back and do that during the winter. Like in the summer, my friends are spread out all over the place.
Dad, we got to get you on in the summer because, I mean, last summer would have been interesting because there was a little river issue. But
there's always a little river issue.
Okay. Right.
There was currently a river issue. This is a different podcast.
No, different podcast. But it's interesting. So later.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
very
I
good.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Okay, I've got to listen. I got to burn through some news stories. Feel free to type in.
Can I jump in with
yes
3 things?
Wow,
about
three
powder.
things.
Three things. Quick.
One, but
Quick.
Okay.
No,
This is good.
choose
Tetra
2 of them.
Tetra event March 25th. I just want to.
You just got a text. He's like, you got to mention these things.
Exactly. I just have two events and then one big thing. But yeah, Tetra event on March 25th. Just to add to the list. Adaptive ski race with the Tetra ski out of University of Utah, which will be
Very cool.
on a Friday. Super fun event. And then the Hill Fest, which is a large event. Great music. North Mississippi All Stars, Andy Frasco.
Oh, wow.
This will
huge.
be, it is, man, off the top of my head, April 22nd to the 24th. Thank you, Michelle.
Bing.
And this is a hill climb event / outdoor festival, music, all that stuff.
Wait. What kind of hill climb are we talking?
Snowmobile, blah.
Oh, snowmobile. Okay.
Yeah.
That late in the season, huh?
Yeah, it's the finals for Rimshaw.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, the finals for
I think it'd be
Rimshaw
fun. Like,
on
okay,
that
you got to
one.
dodge the skiers.
Yeah.
And then safety.
Up Cache Bowl. We'll see if they're on dirt or they're on snow. And then the last thing, but not least, I don't know if you were going to bring this up.
Maybe.
Dirt Mountain.
No.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. This is new, right?
This is new.
Okay.
So we had our bike building.
This is huge.
Trail building team.
Yeah.
Start building flow trails last summer. We're, almost done with our second trail. We're gonna be doing some lift access mountain biking on Hidden Lake. Inaugural season, 2022. 5-year plan, build out plan. We'll end up with about 15 trails or so overall. But yeah, that's big for us.
Lift access. What's the cost to do lift access?
So we haven't finalized all of that yet.
It's
but,
new.
It's new. I mean, day tickets are gonna range between $30 and $45.
Are you doing like a weekend only? Is this 7 days a week? What's the plan?
This inaugural year will be 4 days a week. Thursdays will be 10 to 8. So that will be your night riding crowd on Thursdays. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10 to 5. And after Labor Day, weekends only. And then year 2, we move into 5 days a week. Year 4, we move into 7 days a week.
No way, really?
So Deer Valley, we're coming for you.
Wow. Big deal.
Yeah.
That's huge. Yeah, I love it. That's awesome.
It's exciting.
Very good. And sorry, what's opening day for that?
Opening day is when the snow melts,
Yeah,
of with everything else. We're going to be capping day passes, season passes, just like winter. So
Yeah.
Is Dirt Mountain your name?
No, that's just a hashtag. It's
such
still
a
Powder
great name.
Mound, but
Who owns Dirt Mountain?
I don't know.
I love that name.
Yeah,
It sounds just right.
yeah. So, the trails are sweet though. I mean, we got to shoot on one of them last year, and on our first green trail, and I mean they just killed it. Our team is just awesome at it.
Oh.
And then the blue trail is halfway done, big jumps. Still being able to roll over and everything. Michelle's going to be highly involved as our bike patrol.
Bike
manager.
patrol. Is this your new summer gig?
Maybe.
I'm still trying to convince her,
Okay.
Yeah. I got to get her a new bike or something like that.
You can never leave the resort.
You're stuck with us. But we're super stoked. I mean, Hidden Lake, everything's going to be at the top of Hidden Lake. We'll have 30 plus bikes ready to rent from Commensal. Tacos, beers, and bikes back at the top of Hidden Lake, but it's downhill now.
God, I love it.
It's going to be
That's
fun.
so fun.
I know.
Oh
We're
my
stoked.
gosh.
We're stoked.
Good
That's
stuff.
all I got.
Okay, no, I'm glad.
I'm done talking.
I'm so happy you did that. No, that's good. I'm so happy you did that. Okay, so ski report. All right, who knows your base? Do you know your base?
42?
155.
Oh my God. I think it was 42.
42.
I thought you said season total. Sorry, base.
base.
Like between 40 and 50.
Yep. Ski Utah has it at 40. How reliable is they update daily? What's the
Yeah, we update that every morning. Yeah.
All right, got it at 40 today. Snowbasin at 46, and then by Friday it'll be 110. I think is what
Most likely.
it's most likely going to be.
You heard it here.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, stranded. These are just quick news stories, and so we're going to burn through these. Stranded skier airlifted off Ben Lomond. You guys hear about this?
Yep.
Michelle, what happened? Do you know?
I know that a hiker. Wait, is this a violation to talk about this?
I don't. It's on the news. It's not a violation.
A hiker started boot packing up a southwest ridge at noon on Friday and called for help at 11 p.m.
Couldn't get
Friday
out.
evening and was distracted by the helicopter Saturday morning.
Weber County Sheriff's Office search and rescue said the skier hiked up the mountain in an attempt to ski out, but became trapped in an area where he could not descend safely. Okay, that's expensive, I guess.
Good talk.
Good talk. Moving on. Mitt Romney says that we will get the Olympics again, and if Mitt says so, let it be true. Oh, I should probably.
You're the one that saved the Olympics last time.
Technically,
I wasn't
think
here
that's-
yet,
I think
so.
that's true. I think he
I know he's very open about the fact that he says that's the greatest thing that's ever happened in
Olympics,
Utah in the history of Utah.
in the history of Utah.
And it will be the greatest thing that's ever happened to Utah in the history of Utah.
Yeah,
There you
Well,
go.
He's a big fan.
I wouldn't mind having them back. I mean, it's kind of fun. I mean, did you guys go to any of that stuff last time when they were here?
But isn't this like
No?
Is this like the 4th or 5th Olympics that have been on man-made snow?
Okay, well, I'm
Yeah,
going to get to
Beijing,
that.
I mean-
Okay, let's
we
burn through
moving
this.
on?
It was in his notes to talk about the
We're going to
snow.
get to that.
Yeah.
A teen
I
skier
apologize,
died
Brandon.
in a collision at Alta Resort. I thought I heard somebody died at Basin, too. Someone died at Basin? Maybe this
I've
was
not
It
heard
is
Basin.
Solitude.
Solitude.
That was like a week and a half
Alta.
ago,
A
2 weeks ago.
14-year-old died Sunday at Alta. Collided with another skier. That's so sad. In the Sugarloaf area just before 10 a.m. when the collision occurred. So, yeah, sent him to Primary Children's Hospital, and he died from injuries. God, that's terrible. Be careful out there. 4 human-caused avalanches triggered on moderate risk weekend in Colorado. 5 backcountry travelers are safe after they were each involved in one of 4 separate avalanche incidents that took place in different parts of the state over. This is from Out There, Colorado. Parts of the state over the weekend, one of which sent a man sliding 200 to 300 feet off a 50-foot cliff, according to the Colorado Avalanche Information Center. The 4 incidents took place during 3 different activities, one involving 2 skiers, another involving a snowmobiler, and another involving a man on foot. They occurred on days that were low to moderate avalanche threat level. So I guess that can occur, Nicole. Low to
Yes, it
low
can.
to moderate. It can.
Well, moderate.
Low
is,
means it could
moderate
still happen.
is- yeah, moderate is definitely can happen. Like,
Yeah.
yes.
But moderate feels like in your head, from what we know of the definition of moderate, you got a pretty good chance. And apparently, no.
Yeah, so the way they rate the avalanche danger scale is it's not just like green, yellow, red, right? It's not like a stoplight, right?
Yeah.
It's exponentially higher as you step up into stuff, and they use these verbiage like human triggered are likely, or human triggered are unlikely, or naturals are possible, or likely or unlikely.
Can you just do the red light, green light? Because that'd be so much
Do you want me to
easier.
read these things?
No. I mean,
Oh,
like,
you want me to?
if you could just tell the snow to, like, today you're going to go and tomorrow you're not, then we would
Right.
all know if it's
Right.
safe to go or safe to not go.
Right. Maybe that could be somebody's like doctorate thesis.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if they can figure out a way to control that.
It would
Until
save lives.
then,
It'd save lives.
we're going to just continue to run with the.
But just know the lesson
North
here is
American
even
danger
if it
rating
says
scale.
low to moderate, you could die and you could
Yeah,
trigger
low.
avalanches.
You'll hear it a lot in the avalanche world. Like low doesn't mean no.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
and the thing is too is low doesn't mean like so. There's also these things called D scales, which are destructive scales. So we rate avalanches a 1 through 5, and I'm not going to go into that too deeply, but.
That's too bad.
Yeah, you don't want me to. We'll be here till tomorrow. But like the D1s and stuff like that can still happen in low, which D1 is technically rated relatively harmless to humans. But if a D1 pushes you over a
Off a
30-foot cliff,
Yeah, you're done.
yeah, even if it only hit you at like the calf and it swept you off your feet. So it's a weird rating scale in that like and the color orientation is weird, right? Because when people say green, they see green and they see low,
Right.
they think it's like skeet if it's white. Which generally speaking that can be, but they're always all these avalanche centers, and they do a good job of this, are always going to still highlight these uncertain areas or these risky areas, if you will, that may have pockets of, let's say, moderate or considerable, even though the major area is low. And so if you're going to go jump into those pockets where the risk is higher, you know, you could still have some issues with D1s on low days based off your terrain.
Right.
You know, so meadow skipping is one thing, but skiing like a steep couloir on a low with nobody that has skied it could potentially result in a facet slough or a dry loose, and you could be going for a fairly sizable ride, you know, off of a D1 avalanche.
No one wants to go for a sizable ride on.
No one wants to go
D1
for a ride,
avalanche.
period.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. In our weekly moose story. What the heck? How come it didn't change out?
Moose or bear? It's either
Moose.
moose
It's
or bear.
moose, actually. Yeah, but I don't know why it didn't. Why didn't it swap out? I
You're
still have
teasing us.
Mitt on here. I
You're
don't want
teasing
Mitt.
us with a moose story.
I don't want Mitt on there. We got rid of Mitt. Oh, we'll just go back to me. Okay, so A moose is a raging moose in Alaska. This is also from out there, Colorado. Man, this is scary.
That sounds like a loaded word. I'm curious to hear this story.
No, raging moose. A team of sled dogs and their mushers were brutally attacked by a massive bull moose over the span of more than an hour last Thursday during a 52-mile run in the Alaskan wilderness. As he charged me, I emptied my gun into him, and he never stopped. I ran for my life, and I prayed I was fast enough to not be killed in that moment. He trampled the team of dogs and then turned for us and charged us humans who sought refuge beside our machine. Watkins cut 6 dogs that were connected to the machine loose to give them a chance to escape, but unfortunately went back to the team attached to the sled and trampled them over and over repeatedly for nearly an hour. She says, I never felt so helpless in my life. It would not leave us alone, and even stood over the top of the team, refusing to retreat. So actually, none of the dogs have died yet. One is undergoing surgery for like a brain hemorrhage, but don't mess with moose, man. Moose are dangerous.
Ask Michelle about her moose encounter.
Not
I'm
good.
going to tee that up.
Sounds like everyone was having a bad day that day.
Yeah, not good. Moose are scary. It's not good. Climbing sabotage. Grease smeared on Moab boulder holds. Visitors to Moab's Big Bend bouldering area on Saturday noticed something unusual. Someone had smeared petroleum-based grease on this is terrible, on holds of multiple boulder problems. The story gained traction over the weekend via social media broadcasting by Moab locals like pro climber Steph Davis. Davis's post showed the vandalized condition of the boulders, and a later edit posits the theory that someone familiar with the area and the specific problems and moves committed it. Please note that all the effective holds are on specific eliminate problems, while other nearby holds on the same boulder were not greased. They're greasing holds in Moab. Why would they do this?
Project haters.
Project haters. Are you serious? They don't want someone to get the send before them? That's terrible. Project haters. Finally, this is second to last story. A Jackson, Wyoming man fell to his death in Apocalypse Collier in Grand Teton National Park. Do you guys know where this is at? No? It's called Death Canyon. Teton Interagency Dispatch Center received a call in the afternoon of February 13th about a skier involved in a fall in the Apocalypse Collier in Death Canyon. Grand Teton National Park Rangers and Teton County Search and Rescue jointly responded to the incident. Yeah.
I think after this accident, they need to spitball a new name.
Yeah, that name
it's like
is
death. It really means death.
Yeah,
It's called Happy Canyon.
27-year-old Radcliffe Spencer is no longer. He suffered a fatal fall while skiing the Collier.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
And let's see, is this the final news story? Yeah, final news story. Snow screws up the Winter Olympics in Beijing. Snow causes chaos in Beijing 2020 Winter Olympics from snow brains. So they normally get 2 inches, I want to say. Yeah, Beijing usually average. How did we pick a venue that normally gets 2 inches of annual snowfall all winter, and this weekend they got 4 to 6, and it was chaos?
I think it has something to do with money, Brandon.
Weird. I don't think so. They were just being nice. The snowfall brought chaos to the schedule as fresh snow and poor visibility caused the cancellation of several events. Oh my God. The men's giant slalom was postponed while course workers cleared the snow. They cleared the snow. They couldn't ski on fresh snow. And the skiers complained of poor visibility during the race. A second women's downhill training run scheduled for Sunday was also canceled, and the men's cross-country relay ski race was postponed while workers used leaf blowers to clear the tracks.
Some videos of that. Oh my
God.
We're just in a different world.
On here.
Yes.
Okay.
Goes tillers deeper. I mix the snow in. I don't know.
I hate it when it snows.
It's so nice to have some snow
during the winter. All right, worth watching. Banff is this weekend, just so you know. Gear 30 segments, 15% off winter hard goods at Gear 30. We are officially we can't put them on sale yet, but if you come into the store, we hook you up. 15% off winter hard goods at Gear 30. Also, 2 brands are collaborating on a new airbag system. Any guesses on the brands? Huge, big brands in the outdoor industry competing or combining.
I don't know. I'm going to guess Patagonia because they like to partner with people.
That's a good guess, but no. Ortovox and Arc'teryx.
I was thinking Arc'teryx.
Yeah, Arc'teryx. So every now and then the competitors in our industry join forces to do something important together. The latest of these partnerships, this is from Outside Business Journal, involves Ortovox and Arc'teryx. The two brands have teamed up to create an avalanche airbag system they're calling the new benchmark for mountain safety. The new technology, a name I can't pronounce, capital L, lowercase I, capital T, capital R, capital I, capital C. Litric. Anyway, represents one of the lightest avalanche airbag systems on the market at just 2.4 pounds, powered by a lithium-ion battery, holds 60 hours of charge, and 2 inflations. So there you go, Ortovox and Arc'teryx coming out with that.
Nicole's going to be like, we need new packs.
No. 60 hours isn't long enough. Great for a recreationalist. I don't know if that's good for a professional.
My land segment, Zion's is unsustainable because the numbers are too big. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, we'll skip that. And the West is in a mega drought. The worst, it says the driest in at least 1,200 years. Does that feel? It feels like it today, but you know.
It feels like it at Powder Mountain for the month of February.
Yeah.
We were
real.
we were looking at graphs and they're just like past 10 years and it's just like
it just takes a dive.
150 inches for the season.
Didn't make the cut. Chile's Sandboard World Cup, stormtroopers ski as punishment, and the best ski bum job. Which one would you like to hear?
Best ski bum job.
Chile, best ski bum job. You know it. Right? What's your guess?
Lifty?
You know it.
Lifty?
Bed and breakfast. The best ski, this is according to Snowbrains, the best ski bum job, adaptive raft guide for the National Ability Center in Moab, Utah. Raft guiding is one of the most rewarding jobs you can do during the summer, especially for Utah's National Ability Center. You can work with a variety of clients with varying disabilities. And so, in other words, this is a recruiting effort by them. They're looking for raft guides. Just so you know. Okay, I think, Jesus, we made it all the way through, you guys. I'm so proud of you. You did so good. This week's quote of the week, tears come from the heart, not from the brain. Thank you, Leonardo da Vinci. Bing. On Valentine's Day.
What's that one again? Say that again.
Tears come from the heart, not the brain. That's Leonardo da Vinci.
Actually, they come from your eyeballs.
Thank you. That's true.
Thanks for the clarification on that.
Thank you to Banding One for powering today's 386th episode of the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show. Listen and subscribe to the Banding Collective on YouTube. You can see our beautiful faces. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, thebandingcollective.com, and the Podbean app for Android and iPhones. All the show notes and the links are available at thebandingcollective.com. You can DM us on Instagram at Ogden Adventure. This week's Outdoor Jukebox is Corey Mon, I think. Yes. It's Corey Mon as heard on Van Sessions. As John Muir would say, the mountains are calling and we must go.
I won't go any further because I don't want to incriminate myself anymore.
No.
But yeah,
She'll hear it.
Things, yeah. So a little bit funky, a little bit of fun.
Gonna stop, she ain't gonna stop, stop, she ain't gonna stop me from getting to you.